Well, good morning,
Marcus.
everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you, Marcus?
Hi,
Good to see
Brett.
you, Marcus.
Brett.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm at the station, so plan to kind of show you guys the apparatuses that are actually in the station. We have a engine that we run 24 hours, staff 365 days a week. We take this on fire calls, medicals, any call that we actually have come in, fire or medically related, we take this engine here. We also have a pickup truck, which we call our grass rig. So during the dry seasons, we're always aware of the potential of grass fires. And then we also have our reserve tower. Station 1 has our primary tower. This is kind of our backup if we get called from a neighboring city or our tower gets tied up and we have to take it most likely to like any high-rise building, apartment building, something like that. Anything we can't reach with our regular ladders, we take our tower truck. So that's the tower. And then because this is Station 2, we are a hazmat materials station. So we get called, I want to say we cover the central to a little bit of that northern area of Minnesota before Duluth steps in. If there's any kind of hazardous materials, the power plant is one of those. Any spills, gasoline, or any nasty chemicals they use for farming, something like that. This is the rig we'll take.
How long do you work at a fire station?
So we work 24 hours at a time, 3 shifts. So out of this week, I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 24 hours. And then I'm off Tuesday and Thursday for 24 hours. And then after Friday, I actually go on a 4-day. So I have 4 days off. And that's how my schedule rotates. So then I heard somebody say, where do we sleep?
Yeah.
So I will move in that direction. We do have like a lounge room that we during our
that's
downtime.
nice.
This is our kitchen. It's really big. We all get our own little food locker so we can have our snacks. This is our crew office, which holds our captain. And then we have 4 rooms here at this station. So everybody gets their own room. So these are Murphy beds. So each bed pulls down. So we all get our own bed. We bring our own bedding, sheets, pillows, that type of stuff. Each gym is different. At Station 1, their gym is smaller than ours, but we have our basic racks, benches, pull-down machines, rowers, treadmills, boxes, and some lower dumbbells. I'm gonna kind of tell you a little bit about myself during this walk. So, firefighter here at St. Cloud for almost 5 years. Prior to that, I spent 3 years on Lake Park as a volunteer firefighter. Before that, in my early years, I was a Marine. So I kind of had that brotherhood background. So that's one of the reasons why I joined firefighting. It's because I like that camaraderie. I like the idea of still serving and helping, which I found here, that same feeling as a firefighter.
How big are your fire trucks?
Our fire trucks, I want to say they are
How much do they weigh?
5-7 tons.
Oh my.
They're really heavy because you got to think we have 400 to 500 gallons of water on it. Plus we got to carry a lot of hoses, which are heavy, and then other equipment on it. So yeah, is it hard to do? It takes a lot of training to become proficient at it, and it's physically exerting, so it's tiring. That's where you got to take care of your body, make sure you're eating the right things. How do you become a firefighter?
Yeah.
A lot of times, the easiest way to become a firefighter is joining a volunteer department, and then they will kind of direct you toward your schooling,
Right.
or you do your own and do the schooling. You have to become, it's like a technical schooling for like 1.5 years.
I'm pioneer earned badges.
So we get our badge
Valid.
after completing probationary period for 1 year. So once you're hired on, you're basically on probation for 1 year. So you have to make sure you learn everything within that year. Work, you can't, injure somebody. After that, you get sworn in and get your badge.
How they got their siren to go off on your trucks?
How do you get your sirens going?
So when we get a call, all of it comes up on this computer screen, and it'll tell us what the call is. It'll tell us the address as well as the call for information. So like if it's the person's name, that type stuff. These are the radios we use to communicate with dispatch. And then up here, this control box actually controls our sirens.
How fast can you put your equipment on?
We have to be able to do it under 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we should be able to get dressed out in 1 minute, and then we'll get in the engine, and that's when we'll throw our air pack on and our face mask.
And then do you have to how clean do you have to have your equipment? Like how clean does it have to be?
So due to recent studies with cancer, stuff like that, we actually take that really seriously. So after every call, we wash down our equipment, we wash our bunker gear. We use a high-speed dryer to get all the contaminants out, high-speed washer to get all the contaminants out. And then we wipe everything down either with a baby wipe or some kind of sanitary wipe. Well, I want to thank you guys. You know, it's been a privilege and honor to sit here and talk to you guys and tell you about being a firefighter. Thank you, Brett, for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Yay!
Thank you very much. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Oh, that was good, Tiffany.
That was fun. Did you guys have
I
fun?
love